Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Hope everyone's having a good day. And today is gonna be very interesting. Today is very interesting. Anyways, anybody new to the stream, I am Aire, Astor, bioengineer, or PVC VTuber. Today, we're gonna be trying our very first YouTube stream. Yes, we're streaming on 3 platforms today. It's gonna be interesting, and quite frankly, I'm surprised I'm gonna be the one doing it. Alright, they're gonna be interesting because, honestly, I've been meaning to, get some content onto the channel. I just have never been really sure what kind of content to put on YouTube. But, honestly, I'm pretty fine with, particularly this. Phoenix Wright, love the series, and I think this would be fine to put on YouTube. I don't know if other people on the channel will appreciate it, but I hope on here. I don't really know what to hope out of this, but honestly, I'm not really expecting too many people to join in on the stream. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. In case anybody is curious, Vlogs is currently unavailable. He's, oh my goodness, the poor soul. He was absolutely just completely insane after the stream. I can see, the color in his face, the drain, his eyes weren't even looking straight anymore. Honestly, he kind of walked around like a zombie. And just so you know, he's still dead asleep. He is dead asleep. He woke up for 30 minutes, ate something, and then he was just out again. And quite frankly, I'm a little concerned because I don't think he was even fully awake. What he was moving around? But yeah, and the reason I took a little longer to start stream is because I had a bunch of other stuff I had to do and before stream started. But yeah, here we are. We're back. We're playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I just remembered something. I forgot to get my controller ready. My brother took the controller, and he was using it for our keyboard. There we go. But yeah, starting Dual Destinies. This is actually a really nice game. I like this game. This game was really fun, even though it is kind of hit or miss here and there, but it's still a really good series. Oh wait, there's costumes? Oh my god, I can actually change their costumes. That is so neat. What do you guys think? Do you think I should change this outfit? Yeah. The nostalgic sword. Oh my goodness. Alright, this is Cat 1, this is his old school suit. I actually like his old school suit, but oh my god, he looks so refined. With the chain. He looks so refined right now, I don't know if I want to. And honestly, I like Apollo's calling. I mean, look at him. He looks like he's just out and about, just having the time of his life. Oh my goodness. And then we have, oh my goodness, Athena. Her school uniform outfit. Ew, she looks so cute. Alright, we're just gonna go with the regular for right now. But yeah, oh my god, that's so funny. Well, one of these days I'm gonna have to mix it up. But yeah, first time streaming this. I am a very avid fan of the Phoenix Wright series. So I'm very excited to play this again. Oh, here we are, courtroom enemy, guys. Hey, yo. We've got a bomb! It's a bomb! Oh my goodness, everybody run, everybody panic. I just want to see, a few people, pushing one another out of the way. Oh my goodness, she tripped! Okay. Oh my goodness, I would have loved if someone just grabbed someone, pulled them out of the way. Oh my god, everything exploded!
dark times, where the law has been
Speaking.
reduced to rubble. And it's up to us to restore it to its former glory. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's his
Looks
beanie.
like the target finally decided to make a move. Don't you worry. I've got a trusty new partner on board.
Oh.
Done.
Oh, wow. Why don't we have something like this yet?
You bet. Let's do this.
Why don't we have technology like this yet?
She's been
I
with
feel
us
like
for
we
half
should
a
have
year.
something like this by
I
now.
can hardly believe it. Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
Why did he salute her? She's...
Are you alright, miss?
Oh, rip Athena.
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
Yeah. Hey D, how's it going? How's it going, PT? You having a good day? Did you just wake up? Yeah, as you can see, we're starting Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. You baka starting stream right before I have to leave to work. I'm sorry. I just well, yeah, I had stuff to do in the morning, so I really can search stream earlier. And I didn't really hope that Lex was like dead asleep the entire time. You better still be streaming when I get back like Lex was yesterday. Today is Sunday. I don't think I can realistically stream for like as long as he did yesterday. That's the bad thing about being an adult. Well, we have other responsibilities that we have to attend to. Oh, thanks for the bird feed. Oh my goodness, look! The sound alerts! They're alive again! Let's go! Sound alerts are alive again! It's a Christmas miracle! Also, thanks for the bird feed. Oh. We get bigger. Oh! Oh my goodness, this guy looks psychotic. Ow! Everything exploded! Now all I have to do is pin everything on that little girl. Why do I always have to pin everything on the, like, least likely suspect? Oh, the change is interesting. Although I did like the artwork from the previous games, this isn't too bad. Now, can't even properly make time for mods. Hello, Brave Parrot, how you doing? And what's going on? What's going on? What do you mean? But welcome to the stream. We are just starting Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. I've been meaning to get back into this game. It's just been your life and where I can. Ah, that's right. Yeah, PT, he's a busy person. It's alright. But yeah, welcome. How are you doing? You having a good day? Hope you had a good night. Hope everybody had a good night. Well, I actually had a very terrible night last night. Like, yeah, you have no idea how stressful it was last night. Just hearing my brother mumbling about card games. Then you might think it might not be that bad, but like, as considering everything that happened last night, like I just hear my brother complaining is like, oh my god, are you kidding? Why is my hand so bad? Like, that's all I heard from him as he mumbles in his sleep. Well, like, I've just been waking up. Well, even my dog was so annoyed that she had to hide in the closet. It was really funny. Like, it was especially funny because, like, there were some points where, like, my dog, she's actually, like, in, like, the kind of thing where she would, like, if we're angry, if we got angry, she would actually run up to us and kind of, like, start to, like, lick us for some reason. But I think it's her way to, like, comfort us. Though, like, it's really funny. She would actually, like, run up to him when he's, like, really angry and she would lick him. And he would, like, wake up as well, but, like, I think he was still in a daze, so he probably thought it was a dream. His hand will always be asked if he doesn't play dealing. You go ahead and you tell him that, but yeah. Yeah, that was like the night I was having. It was just him constantly mumbling. In fact, he's still like mumbling in his sleep right now. He still mumbles, and I'm like, oh my god, can you just be quiet for like at least a minute? But yeah, I also don't really blame him. Last night, he had a miserable time. Like, he was just so delirious. And then he woke up earlier this morning and he was still delirious. I don't even think he really realized what he was doing this morning when he was moving around. I'm also planning on customizing my debit card as a Yu-Gi-Oh card for Cincy. That's actually really smart. Could you imagine, like, handing like either a Yu-Gi-Oh or a Pokemon card, like to like the cash register, the cashier, and they probably look at you like a weird, like a crazy or something. That would actually be really funny. Like, what card are you planning to put on your card? Nope, not feeling nervous at all. It's amazing what a girl can get used to. Even a tense atmosphere like this is no biggie. You doing okay, Athena? Oh my god. And you know, the first time I saw him like this, I thought he looked really refined. I'm like, wow. Like, why is he wearing the clothes? Like, it actually made me question just how long, like, the time frame was between this game and the Apollo Justice game. And then I learned that it was only like a few months. And in terms of lore, like, this is only like a few months apart from Apollo Justice to like this game. And I'm like, oh, then what the heck? Oh, Apollo. Yeah, doing great. Like, I'm a little too great. I'm a little too great. Ah. Oh yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Although, I could have sworn I heard your voice crack for a second there. Oof. And that transparent, huh? Cracking? And no, my voice isn't cracking. Nerves of steel here, I tell you. This is Apollo Justice. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo is the lead for the defense on this case, but I'm going to be there at the bench with him, doing what I can to help out. I'll do whatever it takes to defend Junie. Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? That explosion really didn't number on you. I'm just happy that you're okay, Athena. Although, I can't pretend I have no connection to this case. That's why I'm going to see to it that Juniper's name is clear. And I'm sure you feel much better, much the same way. You got that right. I won't rest until Junie is completely cleared of all suspicion. Apollo, Dina. Oh my goodness, cute. Thank you for doing this for me. You know, she reminded me of a character from a different, like, either an anime or a story. I just can't remember exactly which one. Oh, that's right. I remember which one. Yeah, that reminds me of a character from an anime. I forgot exactly the title, but yeah, she reminds me so much of her. It's honestly like the hair. Junie! She's inhaling sunflowers? Hey, are you okay? Is that a thing? Is there like some kind of health benefits from like inhaling sunflowers? Sorry about that. I always seem to go into coughing fits whenever I get nervous. That kind of thing never happens at home in the forest, though. Poor thing. This is Juniper Woods. She's my dear childhood friend, and she's also our client for this case. Oh, she's sure. I thought she went to school in Germany, wasn't it? Like it's actually kind of curious to know that she has childhood friends in local places. The news keeps repeating that Dune is the alleged bomber. That's ridiculous. There's no way Dune would do anything like that. I brought you a little snack, Dina. It's a tangerine. Just a little something from my garden. I always wanted to raise my own garden, but I actually have some cat experiences like gardening way back from when we were younger. My family actually raised our own fruits and vegetables way long time ago, but they were never really good. We actually I just remember all the times where I would just walk out and the front yard just reeked of manure. Yeah, my mother and father were constantly trying to raise I think it was melons, watermelons, and some other stuff. I don't remember exactly what. But yeah, none of it ever grew correctly. I think the pH levels in our yard was just really, really bad for it. Hey, thanks. So, is this an orange or a tangerine? It's an orange, my grandma says. That orange is the color of strength and endurance. Oh, I get it. Strength for the trial, right? Junie, you're always so good to me. Gee, look at me. Standing here clutching an orange to my chest with tears in my eyes. Aw, she's so nervous. Well, don't you worry. We'll be so powerful in there they won't know what hit him. Right, Apollo? Yeah, that's right. Come with me. This is one trial. We just can't lose. He doesn't look too good. Huh? Excuse me? Hello, person. Yeah, I don't appreciate it if you don't spam my chat with these kind of messages. But yeah, thank you so much for joining the stream. Very much appreciate it. Hope you have a good time. Huh? Interesting. Okay. Never mind. Boop. I've got some bots I have to deal with. Do. Sorry, I don't appreciate bots. Dun. It's always Kick that has all these bots lurking around, isn't it? Apollo! Hey! He's down! No! Apollo! Blood is seeping through his bandages. One of his wounds must have reopened. How? He was just standing around. All this time he was trying to put on a brave face, but he was really overdoing it. Oh my goodness. He's down! Mr. Justice! Huh? The trial's about to start, sir. Please proceed to the courtroom. What? Now? But Apollo's in no state to defend. Ugh. Oh my goodness, he's dying. No! I have to defend Juniper. What are we gonna do? The trial is about to start, with them or without us. There's only one other option I can think of at a time like this. But even if I called him now, he'd never get here in time. No, wait. There's something else I can do. Apollo, give me all the evidence for the case. Huh? What are you gonna do? Bailiff, yes, miss? The defense would like to submit a substitution of attorney petition. Dina? You're not, seriously. You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie. How about yourself? Dina, stop for a second. Think about what you're saying. You've never once taken a case on alone before, right? No dilemma. I can handle it. I think. But I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you be okay with me taking over? Sure. I believe in you, Dina. And that's enough for me. Oh my goodness, he's all worried. You worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous too. I think my heart might just burst out of my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench now. so you'll just have to leave it to me. Alright, I can see your mind's made up anyway. I hate it that I can't be there, but I know you'll give your utmost to defend Ginny. You bet I will, rest assured of that. Oh my goodness, is he gonna live? Nobody knows. My name is Athena Sykes. I'm still just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead in a defense case. It'll be the first time I stand up there alone, though. But I have to do this, and I'm definitely not about to let anything bad happen to Junie. That's it. Court is now in session. All rise. I like how they added that. Like, it adds a little flair to the story. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. The defense is ready, Your Honor. It is prosecutor paid. We gotta need to pay. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. You got a new one? Oh my goodness, why are all these bots suddenly showing up? I don't really understand why there's so many people that are just doing this. It's very odd. And what is the meaning of this? I was under the impression that Mr. Red Monkey would be my opponent today. Yes, well, a substitution of attorney petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice is unable to continue. I see. Not at all surprised he used that as an excuse to run away. With me as an adversary, who wouldn't want to feign illness in order to escape? And what the nerve of that guy. Knew wouldn't give him a piece of my mind. Well, I would if I wasn't too nervous. This arrogant jerk. You arrogant jerk. And now, Richard, is my hearing getting worse? I could have sworn I heard the defense say something just now. No, you didn't hear anything at all, especially not for me. How odd. I could have sworn I also heard something. Oh, that would be my indispensable partner, Lidget. She sometimes blurts out what I'm thinking. Well then. If that's the case, then it's a clear contradiction to what you just stated. A contradiction? You just stated that he said nothing. However, if that device of yours says what you're thinking, then you indeed said I was... What was it? Oh, again at work? It's personally was a very good jerk. At any rate, what does it matter if it's a red monkey or a yellow monkey facing me? No fresh items. Our law school rookie can defend this one, yes. Mr. Payne, I believe that's enough. Let us get back to the case. Of course, Your Honor. I'm more than ready to show this little girl why they call me the Rookie Humiliator. I thought I was Rookie Killer. Well, sure. I knew it. He really is an arrogant jerk. Arrogant jerk? Miss Sykes, if you continue to insult the prosecution, I will remove you from this court. I'm very sorry. It was just a knee-jerk reaction. Now then, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, if you please. Thank you, Your Honor. Now then, the incident occurred yesterday here at this very courthouse, in courtroom number 4. At that time, the trial for a certain bombing was being held in courtroom number 4. Ah, yes, I was presiding over that trial as well, and Mr. Justice was there as the lawyer for the defense. A gun that was being presented as evidence only went off during the trial. Huh? It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 was completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more, and it would have turned into a horrific loss of human life. But there was in fact one death, was there not? That is correct, Your Honor. When courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast. person! The body of Detective Candace Arm was discovered. Oh my goodness. What happened to her? She's bleeding. She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial. Oh my goodness, she even had a beating mark on her face too. I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time. What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times myself before I was able to escape. Maybe the court should see about getting you even shorter robes. The victim's body was found near the entrance to the courtroom. I suspect she stayed until the very end to help guide the others out safely. Your Honor, allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and details about the bomb. Cause of death. Wait, didn't Athena ask for evidence and everything? Why is our evidence folder completely? Why is the court record completely empty? Cause of death: trauma to the back of the head caused by impact with a flat object. Time of death between 8 to 11 a.m. Stuffed animal bomb. The time bomb that destroyed the courtroom. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detonated. Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filed in the court record. When I want to check something out, I just use Wright number. You better take a peek later. Now then, please call the accused to the witness stand. I did notice that we didn't have access to the court record earlier. Defendant, are you feeling all right? You're looking a bit pale. I'm so sorry. I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived here at the courthouse. My goodness, I wonder how good that Sunflower feels. But I'm all right. She's really giving it her all. I'd better make sure I do the same. If we could please proceed. Your name and occupation, defendant. Jennifer Woods. I'm a high school student. Miss Woods, can you confirm you were in the courthouse on the day in question? Yes, I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Athena. It's very odd that there's so many people spamming in the Kig chat. It's very odd. Like, my brother was dealing with this as well yesterday, and it was very weird. Ah, what the heck? It's the same person? It's the same person from earlier? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Why are people like this on Kig? It's so odd. Yes, I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Athena. And so, I was there yesterday to watch this trial and lend my support. Something's wrong. Junie's really scared. Did you know I'm also known as the Defendant Humiliator? Looks like I have yet another chance to show everyone how I earned the moniker. Duh. Does his arrogance know no bounds? I have to protect Junie no matter what. Hey, you arrogant Prosecutor Payne? Huh? What is it? Do you want me to demonstrate why I'm known as the Rookie Humiliator instead? Don't press, Athena. They'll let him get to you. Prosecutor Payne, Junie is telling the truth. Mr. Justice has also backed up her claim when we saw him in the defendant lobby. And Junie, he said he was glad to get the lotus fruit you gave him, too. He was? My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes. Ah, interesting. She says they can even help you see into the future. Oh? They can. And that's the perfect present for a lawyer. And if that's true, I guess he must not have eaten them. A sweet, neat girl like this lying in a courtroom to bits. I must say, it's very hard to believe. No, Your Honor. Don't let her seemingly innocent appearance fool you. The defendant had a motive for committing this crime. Oh? That's not true. I don't have any kind of motive. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. Then? I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. However, that doesn't matter. The only thing that that does is that her objective was the destruction of courtroom number 4 itself. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that? That's a very good question coming from a novice such as herself. But first, a question for the defendant. I wonder why people have like these bots. It's very odd. But first, a question for the defendant. Have you ever been brought up on false charges? What? No, why, yes. Yes, I have. And did that experience cause you to harbor a grudge against the court system? Now, wait just 1 minute. If that kind of thing was a motive for blowing things up, then every one of our planes would turn into bombers. That's a valid point. We wouldn't have a single courthouse left standing in the land. I can see that the accused isn't the only one who might bear resentment against the courts. But Miss Woods is the only person who could have committed this crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt. Decisive, huh? I believe it when I see it. It involves a very unique aspect of the bomb itself, Your Honor. And what exactly was so unique about it? Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer that question? Huh? What do you mean? Right. I noticed that you appear to be very nervous, and well, gentleman that I am. I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence with such an easy question. Could he be any more condescending? Really? What a thoroughly unpleasant man. L is for loser. Harris, what did I just say? Nothing, not a single thing. Now, let's see. What was I supposed to do at a time like this? Oh, I know. The court record. The information I need is somewhere in the court record. Alright, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. What was unique about the bomb that blew up the courtroom? Was it because it was... No, judge's pocket. It was the judge. Oh, why, guys? He was the one who brought it. He's the one who wanted to blow up the courtroom. And he would have gotten away with the 2 if one wasn't for the court in the courtroom. Oh my goodness. In a Paul's briefcase? Yes. It was in his briefcase. It was inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Payne, what kind of simpleton do you take me for? It was stuffed inside a stuffed animal. Its evil intentions covered up by a cute exterior. Very good. Have a cookie. The bomb that went off in the courtroom was indeed hidden inside a stuffed animal. There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? I am fine, just like I said from the start. I can do this. Yes, as I recall, the bomb was inside a stuffed animal the whole time. I never even got to take a look at it. But what connection does this elephant have with the defendant? The answer to that question lies in another piece of evidence, which I have here. And what, pray tell, is this? It appears to be a little singed. It's a tail, Your Honor. The tail of the poor victim of the explosion. This is incredible. Are you saying it's Detective Arm's tail? Your Honor, it's so very close, but no, it belongs to the stuffed animal. It's called the phony Pat Santy. A rather unpleasant name, if you ask me. He's the mascot for a campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges, is he not? Exactly. His motto is phony evidence is just trumped up. Chunked up on charges. That's so wrong on so many levels. The phony fancy's tail is made of vinyl cloth, and we found something very interesting on its surface. The defendant's fingerprints. Oh no, not the fingerprints. The what? The phony fancies provided the prosecution with all the evidence we needed. It clearly proves that the accused handled the bomb. Oh my goodness, she speaks to us. How could you, Junie? What would you put your fingers on the bomb? But that doesn't make any sense. Why would Junie's fingerprints be on that? That does appear to be pretty irrefutable evidence. The court accepts it into evidence. Do-do-do. Miss Woods, do you have an explanation for this? Oh my goodness, don't say anything. I don't understand. How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have any plausible explanation to refute this decisive piece of evidence? Well, I can't do it. I can't think of a single thing. But I'd better come up with something. For Judy's sake. If you can't produce an answer, we could always go straight to the ruling. If you prefer. No! I have to say something fast. Oh no. Oh no! I can't get my voice to work. Why now of all times? Oh my goodness, look at that. She has trauma. She's frozen. Oh my goodness, she has trauma. No! I thought I overcame this already. Maybe I'm still not ready to stand in court.
As you can see, there is no room for debate.
Objection! Why, it's you.
Sorry it took me so long to get here, Xena. Apollo explained the whole thing to me over the phone. He asked me to come help you out in this place. Thanks for coming. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. For turn back, it's Phoenix Wright. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real rough time on my own. And then we just barely started, so... Oh, I don't know. I think you were doing just fine, all things considered. We just started! Like, we were already failing at the very beginning. And you're under giving me enough time to get here. Now let's turn things around. You got it, boss. Ho-ho! Look who showed up out of the blue. If it isn't Mr. Phoenix Wright, you always manage to surprise me. Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling. But I believe there are still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Miss Wood's fingerprints wind up on the stuffed animal tail? How was the bomb even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made. Oh. You are absolutely right. Let's continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objections, Mr. Payne? None at all, Your Honor. Oh no, she's coughing harder. This Woods really looks like she's having a hard time. Ginny's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself. Because of yesterday? Yeah, it was understandably very traumatic for her. Poor thing, and here she is back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby. Given the defendant's condition, I grant special permission. You go get some rest, Judy, and leave the rest to us. Okay, thank you. Sorry about this. Phoenix Wright, I've been looking forward to meeting you. It's been a while, Mr. Payne. You're more clueless than I'd heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I am Gaspin Payne. I am the younger brother of your long-standing rival, Winston Payne. Its long-standing rival? What? Long-standing rival? When were we ever rivals, let alone long-standing? You'll see, Mr. Wright. I will cleanse Winston of the disgrace he met with. with your hands. Oh my goodness, another pain. Looks like this royal is going to be as thoroughly unpleasant as the other. Your Honor, the prosecution. The prosecution will like to call a decisive witness to the stand. This witness will testify as the accused detonated the bomb in the courtroom. Very well. Please call your witness, Mr. Payne. Witness, your name and occupation, please. What the heck? He has a little gadget do that thing. Witness? Name, Ted Tonates. Occupation, bomb disposal specialist. You? Oh my, what a strange robotic voice you have. Speech synthesis via typing. It is the same as me talking. What the heck? He sounds exactly like a robot. Can't you speak in a normal manner? I can. Hey, Dad! But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure, speaking, typing, understand? I think you would spend more by typing than you do speaking. What an odd witness. Mr. Ted Donate was in charge of the bomb for that trial and was there when it went off. Being a bomb squad specialist, do you have any relation to the victim? Negative. I first met the girl while on this job. Many people have employed by the police. I know only a fraction of them. However, I was shocked when I first discovered the body of the victim. Shocked? I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. Oh, so he was the first to discover the body, was he? He is here to testify about the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion. Very well. The court will hear Mr. Tetonate's. Mr. Tetonate's. Mr. Tetonate's testimony. I love this name, it's so funny. But at the very least, show this court some respect and remove that face guard witness. Ah! Oh my goodness, he has 3D glasses. When the bomb went off, the bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name, H8 3000, operated by timer with the remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down. So even though the bomb was supposed to be disarmed, it somehow got switched on? Precisely, activating the timer is very simple. 1. Connect wires, switch. 2. Switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I am sure even you would be able to, Mr. Wright. I guess this makes you the blue monkey and is that all fun, perhaps? Oh, I now like to begin my cross-examination, huh? It has a bomb! Mr. Donate, what is that? It is 3000. Okay, a bomb. A bomb? God, cool, exploded by the way. Mr. Donate, I demand that you disarm it. Defense that. Disassembly complete. 5.3 seconds. 2 seconds short of my personal best. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know. This is an exact replica of the HH3000. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm, success. Explosion, failure. Like this. Like, could you imagine if that's how, like, the bomb squad actually worked? Like, in order to pass the test, you have to disarm this bomb before it explodes. Oh my goodness. That would have been hilarious. An exact replica of the bomb that exploded, is it? So that's what it looked like. I submitted a photograph of the real bomb taken just before the trial. It looks like the screen is broken. Dimensions 10, 12 pounds, a perfect replication. Your bomb does appear to be a very good copy indeed. Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It has a very puzzling wiring setup. It is regrettable. I could not replicate it. That's enough. There's no need to replicate anything here. H3000 bomb updated in the court record. And now if the defense would begin their cross-examination. And now, where has Bliss Sights gone to? Oh, huh? Where'd you go? Athena, you can come out now. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's get to work. It says you're pretty scared, huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. She was about to bolt. Hey, put a second in. Would you? As transparent as ever. Now, let's see. Where were we? We were at the cross-examination. Oh, cross-examination. Of course. She seems disoriented. I wonder if she's all right. Maybe I should ask Athena if she remembers how to cross-examine. To help her focus. Yeah, she'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's okay. No need for that right now. She'll be fine. I'll do everything I can to help. If you can't find any contradictions, then you flub up too often. Don't be afraid to ask me for help. It's very interesting how she was having the worst trouble right here. Hello, Horizon. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. You having a good day? Hope you are. But then, I'll let you know where I think the suspicious statement is. Sounds good. I'll be counting on you if I get in the bind. Alright, it's cross-examination time. But yeah, we're just barely starting Dual Destinies. Although the game kind of veers off like the course of the lore that the original writer was aiming for, it's not a bad game. It's still really good. It's still one of my favorite games. And quite frankly, I like the change in the art style. I still would prefer, and it is still in the same art style from the previous games, but it's not that bad. It's not terrible. Especially since they were working to incorporate it into the 3DS. The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Press. You say that you disarmed the bomb, but are you really sure it was disarmed? Absolutely, I can disarm anything. In a flash. Then why did that bomb go off? Oh. Now that's more like disassemble than disarm to me. Oh, pardon me. Dun. Let's see. Is there any chance you could have forgotten to disarm the bomb? Impossible. I do not make rudimentary mistakes like that. They say Aire is human. What's going on? Although the jury is still out on this guy. And you must know, Mr. Wright, according to the court's own records, the fact that the bomb had indeed been disarmed was officially confirmed. I guess I can rule out the possibility that he forgot to disarm it. Could you talk about the bomb in a little more detail for the court, Mr. Tony? Certainly. Bomb name H3000, operated by timer or with a remote. Yeah, interesting. What is the approximate size and weight of the bomb? Dimensions, DQ2, 12. This information is also written on the photograph. Ah, yes, here it is, on the back. According to this, the case is made out of alloy plating 5/16 of an inch thick. That certainly sounds like one thick and very heavy bit of metal. I bet if I dropped that thing on your foot, you'd be hopping. Ooh, 12 pounds is actually kind of heavy. When you drop that thing anywhere, I'd be hopping for the nearest exit. Well, I believe the court has heard enough about the bomb itself. So, Mr. Tenate, you were keeping an eye on the bomb. Where were you watching from? It's always interesting how, something so small could cause such a huge explosion, huh? I was watching from the gallery. Once, I suddenly became alarmed. Hello?
Hold it!
Why were you in the gallery? My duties may have been over for the moment, but I wanted to keep watch. Even though the bomb was disarmed, you can never be too careful. Explosive devices are very dangerous things. How admirably responsible of you. A model to be emulated. I practice disarming bombs every day. I practice assembling them too. The disarming part I get, but assembling them? That's very curious. Well, I'll have you know that I practice presenting evidence every day myself. Presenting evidence. I see, but do you ever practice on having evidence presented to you? Presented to me? What? No, Then you cannot very well call yourself a professional yet, can you? Damn it, that does it. I'm gonna start practicing having evidence presented to me every day. And you better drink some coffee, boss. We're gonna pull an all-nighter. I don't think that will be necessary. Well, what? Hi there, Bartimes. So, Mr. Tonate, what did you witness from the gallery? I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down. Huh? It was counting down, but for why? You saw it counted down clearly with your own eyes. I'd hardly think a timer as small as the one on this bomb could be seen from the gallery. These goggles help me see very small things clearly from very far away. It must be interesting to have. Just have those kind of goggles and you could just see from miles. I can even see what you had for breakfast by looking at your tie. Wait, what? I was about to say, bring your teeth? That'd be weird. Well, here I suddenly feel like a bug under a magnifying glass. I guess it's possible he saw the timer if he was wearing those goggles. Not so sure. There's something that just doesn't sit right with me. Yeah? I don't think I follow. The bomb was completely hidden inside the stuffed animal. So well concealed, in fact, that it didn't even look like a bomb at all. So you're trying to find testimony that conflicts with the evidence, right? That's right. Listening carefully to Mr. Tonate's testimony is just the first step. After that, it's a matter of taking a look at any evidence that seems relevant. Remember that you'll open the court. Oh, that's right. Very interesting indeed, because why? Wasn't it surprising that, oh, yeah, something about this felt wrong, hold up. Let's see, this testimony is about when the bomb went off, so I think the state it was in at the time would be pretty important. A bomb that didn't look like a bomb because it was inside a stuffed animal, huh? Yeah, that statement is contradictory. I saw that bomb timer was counting down. He couldn't have seen it. It was inside the stuffed animal.
Objection!
So you say you saw the bomb's countdown. Is that right? Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0. And I say that you are clearly lying. What are you talking about? There is no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. After all, the bomb was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Foot and mouth syndrome. Mr. Tonate, how can you claim to know the bomb was about to go off when you can't even see the timer? But that's just the What? No! That does seem like a glaring inconsistency indeed. Witness, how do you explain this? Well, that's a lot of typing to write down a high. Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You found a contradiction right off the bat. Always remember, Athena, when you find an inconsistency in a witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, a secret, whatever it is, it's up to us to dig it out. And pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way to do it, right, boss? Now, the question is, what can we do? What can we dig out of Mr. Tonate? Well, let me see. No. There must be some mistake. Yes, of course. I remember now. The sound. I knew because of the sound. What sound? What is he talking about? Sound? What sound? When the bomber of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. It is the sound of the bomb counting down. A beeping noise, you say? I suppose it would be possible to notice that even when the bomb inside You put the bomb inside the stuffed animal. They simply made a mistake. My bad. I find that hard to believe as well. How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery? Listening for the sound of bombs timer is an integral part of my work. I constantly undergo training so that I will never miss it. I hardly think training would help you hear something so soft from so far away. What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It is a solemn mission that I have put my life on the line to perform. It is very odd, like, why would people, like, you know what, it could be like a safety thing now. I was like thinking, like, for legal reasons, just like, me thinking, okay? Like, if you were planting a bomb somewhere, why would you put, like, a feature to the bomb that lets you know that it's, why would you put something like a beeping sound to alert people of its presence? Like, okay, once again, this is for legal reasons. This is just me thinking. If I were to put a bomb, I wouldn't put something in it or incorporate something onto it that would alert people of its existence. Well, at the same time, I would imagine people probably do that in case, like at some point it just turns on, and then you have to run for it, rather than it turning on without your knowing, and you just weren't aware of it because there was no signal telling you that's on. And like, I was that's just me thinking. What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer? It's not like disassembling a toaster, you know. Now he's just showing off. You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing here is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know. And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, are you? Or perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Tonate did not hear the sound. Well, no, but it still seems totally suspect. But it's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, the prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods. That's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tonate happened to be there when it happened. He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb. Wait, what? What's this? Nah. It happened before the trial started. It was one day. Detective Army and I were transporting the bomb. We brought the bomb to the lobby for the defense. Bomb equals evidence. The lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get at the bomb, Miss Woods was already there in the lobby. Our goal was surely to rearm the bomb and steal the remote switch. That's very odd. The remote switch? Yes, the switch that controlled the bomb remotely. Duh. It has been missing ever since the incident. Oh, interesting. The switch for the bomb was gone? I am partially to blame. I left the bomb and remote on top of the transport case, and they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. The defendants then used the remote from inside the courtroom to start the timer. Not very irresponsible of them. How could they? Why, to think they would actually do something so irresponsible. Shame on them. They should be fired. How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby? The bomb was safely secured in the transport case. The only time it was outside of the case was in the lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. Someone other than Mr. Tonate could have opened the case and taken the bomb out. Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. Oh, Interesting. And I have the only key that can open the case. Ah. L100-15R. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proofs that it was Miss Woods who stole the remote switch. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves that the defendant handled the bomb. A tail. Boop. 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. Oh my goodness. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. Oh, talk about a rotten hand. As long as they have her fingerprints as their trump card, with a big disadvantage. It appears we have to hear from the defendant herself once more. I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor. Would like to recall Miss Woods to stand. I trust you have no objections, Miss Wright. I'm worried about her condition, but we do need her testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want to make Athena mad. I can read your feelings, you know, boss. Eh? Guess there's no hiding from her, huh? Oh my goodness. Don't worry, I know we need her testimony, but anybody picks on her again, they'll pay. Guess she's already at anger level 1. Oh my goodness, it's better than sanity level -3. That's what my brother was constantly saying last night. Don't worry, I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there is just one more thing, Mr. Wright. Is it? Me? Yes? Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. Huh? Why would he say that? This guy's hiding something, I just know it. Why, that was the most suspicious thing he could possibly say. If he had just left and nothing, then we wouldn't suspect him any further. Now, if you will excuse me. You gotta love it when, like, the people, like, blatantly say, oh, by the way, you're with me. Like, try to figure it out. I'd love to see you try. Oh my goodness, crazy. Bailiff, please go out to the lobby and bring back the defendant. Junie! Oh my goodness, you're so stressed out. Hi, Athena. She looks even worse off than before. Don't worry, Ginny. We're here for you. Thanks, Athena. And I'll do my best, too. You blew up the courtroom because you bear resentment against the courts, correct? No, of course not. What's that you say? I can barely hear you. Well, my goodness, that bullying her! I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor's scary. I want an impudent little girl. Stop acting innocent and tell the truth. This is getting ugly. You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it! That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was, isn't that right? Mr. Wright, can I give that prosecutor a smack? What? Of course not. Do we have to review Courtroom Manners 101 again? We can't let a creep that boys innocent girls let like this off so easily. I haven't forgotten about how he treated you. Don't worry about me, just help Junie. Her starts crying out. She's so scared. She's so very scared. Looks like Athena's picking something up with her heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this time it's the voice of Miss Wood's heart. Oh? And voice of her heart. Interesting. Don't deny you stole the remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you? Your Honor, please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant. Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. But don't you worry. Don't you know, Your Honor, there is no more of a gentleman in this world than I. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry I stumbled all over that. As if a gentleman, or even a gentleman, would behave like he does. Don't let that rude ruffian win. Athena! How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rude ruffian? I'll have you know I attend a manners class every Saturday. I'm more than just a mere gentleman. I'm a genteel man. Genteel? Oh my goodness. It's like that. It's like one of those guys on the internet. They're like, why are all the women going to the Batman? I am the good man. I am a good man. And it turns out they're like some of the most oddest and most vicious individuals in the world. Not when you're terrorizing a young lady, you're not. I demand my money back from that manners class if I were you. And I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but... Master Payne, that will be enough. Certainly, Your Honor. No further questions. Let's move to defendant's testimony. Miss Woods, please share with the court what you were doing when the bomb went off. Well, look at her. She's crying. Stop bullying her. She did nothing wrong. And the bomb went off. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off. And rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. Jenny's clearly in pain, being forced to recall the bombing like this. She can't even get her words out. This isn't going to work, so what now? Wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she wants to say, we can listen to what's inside her heart. Just now's the perfect time to use Athena's power. You can hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries of Miss Wood's heart. Yes, and they sound incredibly strained. She's so scared. I think she could collapse at any second. Athena has a unique ability, you see. With her finely tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of a witness's heart. In essence, she can sense how a person's really feeling from the tone of their voice. Guess it's all up to Athena and her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use the analytical psychology you studied and listen to the testimony of Miss Wood's heart. Okay, boss, I'll give it a go. After all, this is the whole reason I put all that effort into studying analytical psychology. Of guts. Let's do this. I have no idea how to say that phrase. So your holographic thingamabobber can show us how Miss Woods is feeling, right? In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I pick up on just now while listening to her testimony, I can enter all of that into widget and use the mood matrix to analyze them. These mood markers here reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotions. When she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up. When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by a memory, the sad marker will blink. And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprise marker will let us know. Honestly, I really like this little minigame that they included in this game. It's really fun. So, with your special ability in Witch's Move Matrix program, we can track how Miss Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology. Yep, now let's give it a shot. I'm picking up some kind of discord or noise in Junie's heart. See here? This is what noise looks like in the mood matrix. It's a result in inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings. If we can pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop. Okay, it's time to listen to Miss Wood's true testimony. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off, and rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. I think I have a good grasp of Junie's emotional state now. This power of Athena's is incredible, and I'm seeing an unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the content of her testimony. Yeah, it was pretty obvious. What already? Look at this. When she says it fell on top of her, the happy marker is reacting. Yeah, it's very odd. Why would she be happy about that? Well, look at that. That is odd. There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We just need to do some digging. When you find an unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint and then select the unexpected emotion or reaction from the 4 mid markers. Huh? Oh, wouldn't let me switch. Widget is registering joy when Miss Woods recalled the rubble falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Miss Woods, as the rubble was falling, was there also something that make you feel happy? What? Mr. Wright, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going on this point, and I bet Junie will start to calm down. Great, let's hear what she has to say. Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, a bomb went off. I was so startled, I tripped. And then rubble started falling on top of me. I really thought I was done for. But just then, he's... Look at her, she's so happy. Apollo came and rescued me. Apollo? She used his own body to shield me from the rubble. So that's when he sustained those injuries. I didn't shield Junie. Did talking about Apollo give you some courage? Yes, Apollo is just like the sun, strong and bright and warm. Oh my goodness, she has a crush. Just talking about him makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis. Oh my goodness, she's taking like a happy. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. And see, your coughing stopped all of a sudden. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Lena. Evelyn? Looks like we were able to draw out some new testimony. Easy, pretty neat, huh? But there's still some noise left, meaning there must still be some discord in Junie's heart. I guess we'll have to keep going then. Let me input this new information and update the mood matrix, and we'll be good to go. You remember what to do, right? When I find an unexpected emotion, I should first pinpoint it, right? That's right. Then you select it from the mood markers with A. If we can find the reason for the discord in their heart, then we should be able to draw even more new testimony out. Oh wow, look at that. Everybody's running around. I tried to run, but I was too slow. Before I could get away, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped. Then rubble started falling on me. I thought I was done for. But then Apollo came and rescued me. What's a sad marker for? You were happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, were you? Yes, I was really happy. But was there also something you felt sad about at the same time? Sad? The reason I ask is, when you were describing how you were rescued, you sensed a little sadness, too. Oh! I think it's probably because of Bum Rap Rainy. Bum Rap Rainy? What the heck? What do you know? Something new. That's right. I brought my stuffed animal, Bunrap Briny, to watch the trial with me. Bunrap Briny and Phony Fanty are brothers. Who knew that the legal world could inspire a whole line of merchandise? They're marketing the legal world. That's the one thing I thought was really funny in this series. I had Bunrap Briny with me while I was watching the trial. But it wasn't until Apollo saved me that I realized I had lost him as I was running. By the way, whatever happened to the blue badger? What happened to the badgers? My poor Rainy, a victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know. You can see what he looks like in this poster. No! Look at him! No more bum raps. Look at him, he's so sad. It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges. What is with all this propaganda revolving around the legal system? Phony Fanty and Bum Rap Rainy, huh? Nothing against the campaign, but why an elephant and a rhinoceros? Mr. Wright, I don't sense any discord in Junie's heart anymore. Oh! Clear. So I guess that means we managed to draw out all of her testimony. That's right. I'll just make an update with the new info, and we'll have the whole picture. So, do you think her new testimony will help? Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. So, Bunrat Riney was in the courtroom when the bomb went off. Now that we know that, it changes the meaning of that other piece of evidence. All I have to do is present it at the right statement. I was watching from the gallery with Bunrat Riney, and I tried to run, but I was too slow. Oh, look at that. She has the little Riney. It's kind of like a little Pokemon, isn't it? Before I could get out of the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped. Then rubble started falling. I thought it was done for. But then Apollo came to rescue me. Interesting. Alright. Oh, oops. Let's read this.
Objection!
Miss Woods, I know this trial has been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are without a doubt innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail the defendant's fingerprints were found wasn't that of foamy panties. It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bunrat Riney. What nonsense is this? I concede they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino? They are distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor. But are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law. Even elephants and rhinos have some similar characteristics. They're both great, for example. Oh, okay. Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. If I may just direct the court's attention here, you'll clearly see how the two got mixed up.
Take that!
The tail! Well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals. But the design of their tails is exactly the same. Ah! Order! Order in the court! Everyone, please shut up! As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bunrat Riney, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsubstantiated. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne? Yes, of course, Your Honor. Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You turned things around. Yeah, it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you. Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Let us reconvene tomorrow. The court is adjourned. Interesting. I honestly don't remember too much about the game. It's been such a long time, so I'm kind of curious how this went again. That was so exciting, boss. We did it. True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment. Gee, thanks for the barely. To the form. Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Thank you for everything you're doing. You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out. And you got really brave at the end. Just when we needed you the most, Junie. thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the ones who gave me that courage, Athena. Really? Thanks. So, to be honest, was I any help at all? Of course. Without you, we would never have gone out of that tight spot. That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm going to give it my all. I'll be so good that one day you'll call me your partner. That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology, the ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? I'd imagine he went to the hospital. Good question. I almost forgot about him. I assume he'd still be here in the lobby. Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in the courtroom number 4. Courtroom number 4. What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion? When I came out to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about Bumrat Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom as I was trying to escape before the blast. And then, Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so we went to take a look together. I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So you went looking for Riney together before you were called back into courtroom number 5? Yes. I'd have some time to rest, so I was able to look for him. And then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though. With all those injuries, I wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me, I'm going to look for evidence. Declare your name, Juniper. Just maybe. Found some new piece of evidence. Anyway, we better go and get him. Good idea. Yeah, I honestly don't remember this very well. Like, most of the time, whenever, in the older games, it's like the first trial is usually like that, just a single day. Looks like this is gonna take a while.
Apollo! Trial's over for today! Come on, I know you. No.
Oh my goodness. What happened? Ah! He's dead! No! Oh my goodness, again! Another person! Down and out! To be continued. Oh my goodness, he's down! Oh my goodness, what happened? He got hit by a rock! And it was a giant rock! This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. But everybody's silent. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise. Oh, hey! Did you read the paper this morning, boss? Huh? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it, then you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains. Oh my goodness, really? Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena. It might show up in the forest where you live, Ginny. So you better watch out, okay? Holy goodness. Imagine getting caught up in something so silly. You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice? Oh no. Do you have a shock to your system? Oh, poor Apollo. It's all my fault. Athena! Oh, Ginny, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. Holy goodness. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. They rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he was going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Is Miss Woods all right, Athena? Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there. I guess you really feel responsible for what happened to Apollo. Jenny. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Oh? Guess I can see why'd she think that. By the way, how are you doing? Oh, me? Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock. But I'm alright. People would have studied analytical psychology are right at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions too. Somehow I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 while who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaulted in court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. Wickedness. Flashback to Justice for All when he was bashed upside the head with a fire extinguisher. Well, who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? There, just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo. Now, Athena, I thought you said you were in control of your own emotions. But just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit, just as upset as you. Okay, boss, you're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name. That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I'd better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. F to Mr. Wright. I'm ready whenever you are. Alright, let's get ready to rumble. You bet. With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right. For Miss Woods' sake, and Apollo's too. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'm just very sleepy right now. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Jennifer Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, I'm just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor. Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. Oh, a separate matter? A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 5. Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. Oh my goodness, he's going through so much right now, it's very sad. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Jennifer Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charges of Mr. Justice's assault. Oh? Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the incident under the deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. Oh, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you could see, it's quite close to where Detective Aire's body was found. I mean, location isn't really that much of an indicator of guilt, but sure. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Hayne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was working. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Precisely, and so I surmise the defendant picked up the piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him. Jenny would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found when they found Apollo hurt like that. Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts. Again, it is the prosecution belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's fault, we will draw even closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. Well, that was very simple. You could probably indict anybody in that case. But are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Well, no. Considering our conversation yesterday, I think Apollo might have figured something out. Yeah? I know what it was. He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. I must have found something. These two incidents really are related after all. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well. Bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. You know, I'm surprised we haven't heard anything from Athena yet. I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop. Miss Woods. Because she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went to the round of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would, then please testify about what happened in court. Boing! During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom once together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swore I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell. But an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. He may look like a little imp at times, but a poet can be really nice too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist deckhanding that one out. Though one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins? I think Apollo might have figured something out. Something? What kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing. Kind of something, I think. New evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed. Rabble, rabble, rabble! I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away. Objection? You can't object. We haven't done anything yet. Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant was told a very big lie, Your Honor. Oh? What lie of that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself a chance to destroy that evidence. I know. I never... Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom runs. What the? How did we miss that? What on earth? Do you see it? There in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. How did we miss that? And when did this happen? When does the message he left for us? It's written in blood. W-O-O-D-S. Why, isn't that? That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods. In capital letters. Dun dun dun. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. Seriously, how did we miss that? And then isn't it curious that they actually, So and the gang found his body, and before they even bothered to like look them and like move him somewhere else, they just left them there. I called the authorities, and the authorities first thing they did was just take a picture of them. I think that's really funny. No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand any more than you do. When we discovered Apollo yesterday. Apollo! No! Ah! We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena scream, they ran in and cordored off the area. I wonder how long it took for them to take him to the hospital. After that, they were there in the courtroom in the floor with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some blood writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Then, during the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods? Yes. Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly. Well, that barely even qualified as a quasi-question. Let's hope her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. Well, no, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff. Her crushes, really? Why would she talk about that? Especially in public. I don't know about this. Apollo stayed with me, and we went to the courtroom once together. With a lovely date. What? Why exactly did you go to the courtroom once? We went to look for my medicine. Medicine? To stop my coughing. Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4? I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Comrade Briney, he was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, you see. And Phony Fanti has the same type of pocket. That's where the bung was inserted. I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Comrade Briney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Rainy in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo's so strong and kind, just like the trees in the forest. The way she makes them sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of god. Oh, wait. So, that's why you went to the ruins, I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Woods. Apollo started looking for Bumrat Brady near the witness stand where there was no rubble. Then, in front of the witness stand? Huh. Oh. This lamb. The area around the witness stand, are you sure about that? I'm sorry, did I say something wrong? No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her. Must not upset her? I said, yes, I'm sure that's where we searched first. And finding the witness stand? Well. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Hold up. Something about that seemed off. Oh, it says near. I thought it was saying in front. Just said near it. Looks weird. Yeah, that looks about alright. That was when you called you were called to the stand after Mr. Tonate's testimony, right? Yes, the bailiff came to the courtroom number 4 and brought me back to this courtroom. And what about Mr. Justice? Did he come with you or did he stay behind? Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I better not ask her about Apollo. I know, I'll use some small talk here to get her to relax a bit. Do you have any hobbies, Miss Woods? Hobbies? Oh, well, I love growing vegetables in my garden. And I love to knit. I like sewing too. I made this outfit myself. Oh wow, that's impressive. Keep it up, Miss Wright. It's working. Ask her if she has a crush on anyone. Anyway, is there anyone in particular you like right now? Mr. Wright, is that question even remotely related to this case? To this case? Not really. Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking questions unrelated to the case at hand. Sorry, Your Honor. -1 to brownie points. That's Miss Woods, please continue with your testimony. I believe you are telling the court about your attack on Mr. Justice. I swear I do not attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? So you think Mr. Justice is kind? Yes, very kind. He rescued me. He's like the sun, strong and warm. He makes me feel so strong, too. The only adjectives I associate with the sun are sweltering and oppressive. Not gonna lie, that is pretty true, where we're from. But then Apollo got hurt, and it's all my fault. Junie, Apollo's going to be fine. He's just like the sun, right? Well, the sun doesn't just drop out of the sky. You really think he'll be fine? But the sun does go down at night. Then that means Apollo could... Mr. Payne, I do not think much of men who make young ladies cry. Gah! Why would you say such a thing, you rude individual? So Apollo was trying to help Juniper. Who knew that Apollo could be such a sweetheart? It must be pretty hard on him, too, with all that rubble everywhere. Now that I think about it, there's something odd about what Apollo was able to do. You know, considering what Miss Woods just said just now, I think you're right. That courtroom was in a very unusual state after all, which leads to $1 million question. What'll explain this contradiction? Anyway, let's see what happened when I present what I suspect is our answer.
Hold it!
Well, and let me ask this again. The area around the witness stand, are you sure about that? I'm sorry, did I say something wrong? No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her. Ugh. Yes, I'm sure that's where we searched. Started looking from Bunrat Bryony near the witness stand. That's where there was no columns. That was where there was no rubble. What the heck? What? Let me save real fast.
Objection!
So we started to search with the witness stand, you say? That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave and so strong. Oh, that's odd. Under those circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that. But he was, and he still is. He might not look it, but he really is brave and kind too. No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone could be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Wright. True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in the state, how is it possible to walk up to the witness stand? Oh, I see your point. The robot blocks off access to the area around the witness stand. Hey, does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering things. Great. Now I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know. But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander your honor. So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, you have any other photos of the crime scene? Let me see, Your Honor. Ah, yes. I have one more. Here it is. Oh, what the? Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before. Wait a minute, what? Why is the case there? Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tonight's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there some problem? Ah, yes, that transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. Must have been there ever since. Oh, that's it. Miss Woods, have you remembered something? Yes, I just realized. Its position. It's different from before. Its position? The position of what? The position of that big metal thing. The bomb transport case? Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was pretty easy even to search the stand. I see, so where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it? As I recall, I think it was more to the right. To the right? Then that means... In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack. Who cares where the transport case was when? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what's with the case at hand. What the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution argument on its ears. What? Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Apollo. Alright, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack. Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's... inconceivable! Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it? Yes, that's where it was. Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in the blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there, because the case was in the way. Which leads us to the conclusion that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing there. Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying. The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proven by more than Miss Wood's testimony alone. Then what? And what is this proof you're talking about? Hold up, I think it's in the picture that you just showed. Yep. You can see the tracks right there. It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What does this photo indicate that the transport case would move after the assault? Right there on his bandages. Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages, In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. What? Just as Miss Wood said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No! You didn't, boss. It was a real nail-biter, but you pulled it off. Yep, that should bring down the prosecution's claims. Claim like a house of cards. Dun dun dun. Oh my goodness, order in court. Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. Oh, it was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that. Boss, I'm sensing its definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you. I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did? Huh? What? Oh! And wow. That's a good question. Looks like I should have taken that train of thought through the last station. Well, I've heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it? This feeling, it brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes it sound no better than a 2-bit con man. You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence. Hi, until the judge asked a question, you didn't catch on either, Buster. What now, boss? I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner. Think, Phoenix, think! There must be a way through this. Have to dig my way through the truth somehow. Who could have written that message in blood? The culprit? Oh, someone else. Someone else. The wizard Apollo, who could have left the bloody message?
Take that!
To be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this. But I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at this crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean... But I do. I believe it was Candace Army who left behind this message in blood. What? What? Detective Army? Are you sure you know what you're doing here? Not really? What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left the message to throw people off, it might have made sense. At first glance, it would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message. I see. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. And Mr. Justice did survive. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case. But why would Detective Army write the defendant's name? There's no connection between the two whatsoever. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. They had never even met each other. That's very true. Well then, let's see. Then maybe the intended meanings of the message is not what it appears to be. The intended meaning? Not what it appears to be? Maybe the message was not intended to be Woods. Coming from you, that's quite the boldest statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert that this bloody message, this bloody writing could have had some other meaning. Yes, Your Honor. For something I pulled out of a wormhole, it could turn out to be true, right? He just completely pulled that out of his hat. It clearly says Woods, as anyone can plainly see. Oh, you know what? I could do that, couldn't I? That would be pretty good. Anyways, sorry about that, I got distracted. What other meaning could it possibly have? A Cadence army was a detective. Maybe Woods only means something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example. But I didn't think of that. You may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a thing for studying on the weekends, as you may have already guessed. And there is no such radio code as Woods in the state, dear Mr. Wright. Is that a fact? Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes. Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defense's theory. But if they can't substantiate it with anything, I must end things here. No, please wait, Your Honor. I will, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing? Well, I believe it's, no stalling. Damn it. Eddie, check, come up with an answer quickly. I will declare this discussion officially over. I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Eddie meant something in another language. Or maybe it's code. Think, Phoenix. You can do this. Which piece of evidence will tell us what the words of Woods really means?
Take that!
Here. The bomb transport case? I've had it up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't the string look vaguely familiar? L100. What does that have to do with anything? So, what can those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand? It's a case at hand. Now, please look at the bloody writing shown in the photograph. Oh, I think I see it. That I drove. That's one on my side. It says Woods. Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W, it's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros. Oh my goodness. The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Mrs. Wood's name. It's a number engraved on the bomb transport case. What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense. The next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says D. But the number on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. Erase 2 lines. It is like 2 lines, right? Yeah. Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the curved part of the D. Oh yeah, and the other part is like cut off. It's you can clearly see the R right here. Look at that. The R is like right here. How could they possibly miss that? Well, would you look at that? Oh, Lois? No, Your Honor. It isn't meant to be read as a word. It's the letters L1 and 0015, which, if you take away the final R, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case. Erase 2 lines and they match up, do you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing 2 lines. What if I erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy with that, Mr. Wright? Mr. Ray? Well, would you, Mr. Ray? Only right spelling is right. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. The Desert Army's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people. What? The original message Detective Army left behind was a transport case number, but whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message. If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Army was trying to tell us? Good question. What does this number represent? Do you see this number here? This is my identification number. Kaden's army lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose. You know, to tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing. Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than Ted Tonate. I mean, his name is literally Ted Nate. The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of the courtroom bombing. I can only imagine why someone whose name is Ted Nate is the real culprit. Apparently, disassembling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. Somehow, the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So when she was caught in the blast, she left this bomb transport case number as her dying message, to use Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for the crime. Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name? He's got a good point there. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? That only Detective the Army would know the answers to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Army couldn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have had been familiar with each other. Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit, thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing. But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number. Now, just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Army who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. If Detective Army had left the message, it should have been found at that time. Naturally, Mr. Tonate said it before anyone could discover it, and there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so. What? Mr. Tonate was able to cover the message up because he's the first to find the body wearing those verticals. A stickler for details. Nah, he was the first to find the body. The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tonate himself. I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. When Mr. Tonate saw the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure. Oh, so that's why the message in blood was under the transport case. He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Tonate used them in another incident. Objection! Hello, Lycan. How are you doing today? You having a good Sunday? Hope you are. Exactly. Mr. Tonate hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. Hi. How are you doing? Yeah, we're starting Dual Destinies today, and we just fingered Mr. Ted Tonate as the culprit of the courtroom bombing. And the assault on Apollo Justice, apparently. So he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it, by adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Army left behind. They changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack. So that means the only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Tonate. Rabble! We demand the bomber now! Get the bomber into the courtroom so he can explain how he bombed the courtroom. Owner in the court. Owner, I say. It looks like we will have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Tonate take the witness stand. Oh my goodness, could you imagine, interrogating a bomber? It's like, you'll never take me alive. Boom. Poor Payne and his eternal suffering. Oh my goodness. Well, to be fair, this isn't the same Payne. Yes, Your Honor. That was great, Mr. Wright. Just doing what I do best, which is fine by the seat of a pants. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. I've finally drawn Mr. Tonate back onto the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart. Yeah, Danny? Give me a second. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Alright. Oh, it's Mr. Tonate. Mr. Tonate, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you. I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on the proceedings from the gallery. The allegations are all laughable. I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tonate. The message in blood matches your ID number. Dun 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 dun, and it's right there. The same ID number that is there on that long transport case. Such a far-fetched theory, no better than a tangled ball of wires. I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all. You were the first person on the scene after the Detective Army left her message in blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing and then use it again later. I see ×2, but then, let me ask you. Do you have any proof that Detective Army wrote that message? That's a very good question. Well, do you, Miss Wright? The best way to prove that Detective Army wrote that message is to analyze the DNA, of course. Your Honor, I request that a DNA test be performed on the blood itself. Once we know whose it is, it will be obvious as to who wrote the message. Oh, all he can do is retreat, of course. But I like him. As I said, you shouldn't feel too bad for Payne. At least this Payne. Because this Payne isn't the same Winston Payne that we know from the first game, from the first trilogy. Why, this Payne is actually his brother, his younger brother. Let's see. This is Gaspin Payne, the younger brother of another prosecutor. So don't worry, he's not eternally suffering. At least not this one. Very well. Hey, Wolf, please put in a request for a DNA test with the forensics team. Yes, Your Honor. It will be some time before we have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear more from the witness. I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear how ridiculous the defense's theory is. After the explosion. I admit I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. But there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there was no way Detective Army could have written it. She struck her head on the rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found. So you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was. Interesting. Hold up. Let me see. Can't really tell too much from right there. Precisely. It is as plain as day that she could not have written it. It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance of the courtroom. Please have a look at this crime scene photo. As you can see, there is blood on the rubble. The pain family suffers daily. Let's not forget the Gray's Ace Attorney Chronicles. I'll be honest, like him, I have not played the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, so I honestly don't know. Yeah, that's what I've been slowly building up towards, because I really want to play that. I really want to play that game. I just haven't gone there yet. As you can see, there is blood on the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there. Country bombing. Boop. Ah. I see. All right then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Do you have what it takes to take my infallible testimony apart? I don't know, the other one had a flaw. I can't assume that you're infallible. I admit I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. So why were you the first person on the scene? To secure the area. It is regulation for a bomb disposal specialist to enter first. In other words, you had the opportunity to author the bloody writing then, didn't you? Well... Mr. Wright, please don't interrupt. Mr. Tennade is about to give testimony that will show just how wrong your reasoning is. Darn, I think he was just about to say something interesting too. When I went in and saw the aftermath, well, it was quite the disaster. But there was no bloody writing there at the time. You were able to tell this even with those goggles on? With these goggles, there's no way I could have missed something like that. I can see quite well with them. In fact, I could see every hair on your spiky head. Oh, you have a few grays, Mr. Wright. Oh no, he's saying grays. What? Poor Mr. Wright. You're always working so hard, keeping our office together. Wait a minute, I don't have any gray hairs. Just kidding. I object to the witness's attempt to prematurely give me gray hairs. Phew, Mr. Tennade, this court frowns upon untoward comments about a person's hair or like pure... I was sensing a great wave of sorrow coming from the judge. My apologies, Your Honor. May I please continue my testimony? Oh my goodness. Splash damage. Anyway, there's no way Detective Army could have written it. Oh no? If she didn't write it, then who did you propose did? Mr. Justice, of course. Just before dying, he wrote the name of his attacker, Jennifer Woods. A final message from your poor subordinate. Oh, Mr. Justice, I'm starting to get all misty-eyed. Apollo is not dead, folks. So how can you be so sure it wasn't Detective Army who wrote the message? It is very simple. She had struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. Ow. I look. Do you imagine she was thrown back by the force of the blast? A bomb can inflict damage not only from the explosion itself, but also substantial secondary damage from the blast winds. Detective Army unfortunately hit her head on some rubble. It's stated in our autopsy report as well, cause of death thrown to the back of the head. The autopsy report. I better take a look. No, look at it. Yeah, it says impact with a flat object. So that can't be right. Now, do you see? Detective Army could not have written that message. The reason for that being... she was the only one who could write it.
Objection!
You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tennade. Nani? Take a look at this autopsy, specifically the part about Detective Army's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head, caused by impact with a flat object. Yes, what about it? Now take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed. Oh, you're right, boss. It is pointy. Just like your hair. That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction? I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstains you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance. Rabble, rabble, rabble! Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body? That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location, most likely on the floor or some other flat surface, and this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. In that case, she definitely could have written the message. Your Honor, I have the result of the bloodstains analysis. Very good timing. Let's take a look. According to this report, the message was written in Detective Army's blood, and of the defendant's claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear the defense's assertion is correct after all. You were right. So good. Yes, you did it. You were right, mister. You were right, boss. Now I have to drive it home. I have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later. Mr. Tenay, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself. Let's take a look at the blood analysis. The DNA analysis definitely proves that blood was written of the writing to be that of the victim, Cadence Army, age 27. However, the lines that were added later were found to be written in the blood of Apollo Justice, age 23. Fine, I will confess. You will? But then, why are you so calm? This time, I will tell the truth. That's very sus. It is true that Detective Army wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Army must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. That's it. That was such a poor excuse. I see, so it is your assertion that you merely moved the body, is that it? That is correct. I did not kill the Detective Army. Oh, well, if that's all you did, then... Wait a minute. That in and of itself is a criminal act. Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honor. Very well, then. Give your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright. Something I forgot. But how old is Phoenix in this game? What's he? I think he's like 30-something at the moment. He should be either 33 or 34, somewhere around there. Very well, then. Cross-examination. I will be able to check later once we switch to a different character. It is true that Detective Army wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote all the feedback. So you admit that you actually did see the bloody writing that Detective Army left. My bad. I should have thought so from the outset. And you are sure it was your ID number? I am sure. It was definitely my ID number. A number was assigned exclusively to me by the police department. The number is assigned to my goggles as well. So those funky things were provided by the police department. Although these are special goggles customized by me personally. Speaking of personalized, these sunglasses of mine were custom-made as well. My custom-made sunglasses, they were specifically created to be particularly dark and shiny. Okay. Speaking of special, my gavel was made of mahogany and was custom-made as well. Oh my goodness, everybody's bragging. It was specially created to make a particularly loud and resounding sound. And then, but wish I had something to brag about. To be all that as of me, I just wanted to reconfirm you saw the bloody writing clearly, and that it was your ID number. That is correct. My ID number was written in blood on the floor. Oh my god, does anybody else have anything custom made that they own?
Hold it!
Well, I guess it's now a good time to brag about your own custom stuff. L10015R. And it was written after the bomb went off in the courtroom. Correct. I didn't know why she would write it, so that sent me into a panic. Sounds like you were in quite a tizzy. If I were in his shoes, I guess it would have psyched me out as well. I can't imagine coming across a message, "Sykes." Why, psych? Set it in blood? If I saw gasp in pain written in blood, it'd certainly make me gasp. Rest assured, Mr. Tennant, I understand how you must have felt. And so you discovered your ID number written in blood at the scene, and? That is right. I saw it with my own eyes. It is very clearly said, L10015R. But I did not detonate the bomb. I don't believe that. I don't believe you. Then, sir, the victim may have had special knowledge of who the bomber was. I have no idea what thoughts the Detective Army may have had inside her head. It is not like I ever dismantled her mind to check. Mr. Wright, if you have suspicions about the victim, let us see your proof. Evidence is everything in my court of law. Even Scotia didn't know that. I never knew that when I was a kid. How many years have you been a defense attorney now? Cut me some slack, will you? Don't feel bad, boss. You just got your attorney badge back, after all. In that sense, you're still more of a beginner than I am. What? I suppose I should be thankful that you're now a licensed psychologist. Oh my goodness. Don't worry, it's okay if you're not much better than I am. Mr. Tennant, please continue your testimony. With pleasure. My ID number was left at the scene, but Detective Army must have mistaken me for the real bomber. ID number never changed. Oh my goodness, he would be such a bad psychologist. Psychiatrist, oh my goodness, I wouldn't want to be psychoanalyzed by her. By mistaken, do you mean you had nothing to do with the explosion? That is correct. That is why I was so shocked when I saw my ID number. The victim may have suspected Mr. Tennant for no reason, other than the fact that, as the bomb specialist, he was in charge of the bomb. In other words, a false accusation, a vocational discrimination, I say. I do not support discrimination of any kind. Well spoken, Your Honor. If the victim had been found to be killed with a gavel, Mr. Blue Suit over there probably would have pinned the crime on you. He would? Well, that just wouldn't do. Mr. Wright, if you dare try to pin anything on me, I will find you in contempt of court. But I've never even tried to harm a hair on strain on your beard, Your Honor. Well said, Mr. Payne, because I am so closely associated with bombs. I was afraid I would be prosecuted if everyone saw the bloody writing. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. Something about this is off. You didn't think to clean away the bloody writing. I didn't have time. By the time I found the message, the blood was already dry. The police were waiting just outside for me to secure the room, and I still had to move the body. I was in a panic. With no time to spare, I temporarily covered the writing with my keys. Didn't you think the police would find it during their investigation? Regulations stipulates only specialists may touch transferred cases. Because of the danger, you see. I thought I would clean up the writing once they were finished. My bad. My dad? Does he really think that will just magically smooth everything over? This guy's something else. I don't believe Detective Army's dying message was just some mistake. It won't wiggle out of this one that easily. What did Mr. Tennant see when he first discovered the bloody writing? There has to be a contradiction hidden in his testimony somewhere. Let's see. She very plainly wrote that I was shot. Did not detonate the bomb. The support army must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. In that cheeky one, I'm not really sure what I'm getting at here. Her. I want to say it's that.
Objection!
No? Okay, it's not that. Alright, I'm I'm honestly not too sure what we're getting at here. What did Mr. Tennant see when he first discovered the bloody writing? Astor. Oh wait! Wait a minute, hold up. Oh, well, look at the building. Wait. Yeah, there's a piece missing right there. There it is. There you go, we found it. I just want to make doubly sure that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood. Yes, it's very clearly said L10015R. But that's odd because that's not what I see. What on earth are you babbling on about? Was it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place? Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R? No! Beep! Something that's missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Tennant? Oh, right. Now remember, there was no R on the end. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad. Come back, my beautiful contradiction. Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? I sense that he's extremely agitated, almost panicked. Ethan, that's definitely the look of panic right here. He does look pretty flustered. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. I don't know, did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Tennant really see it? He actually saw it. Maybe Mr. Tennant really did see the R. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? I take another look. I would take a good look at the photo. I think maybe that's it. What is it now, Miss Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel? I've got it. So that's what happened. A slip of the finger? Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tennant really did see the lower R. Eh? But the photo clearly shows there is no R. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tennant actually could have seen the R. If we're going to make that claim, then you'd better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows Mr. Tennant could have seen the R? Well, yeah, it's like the little piece right here. Put it up here. To the right of the 5, do you see the little bit of red? Oh, I see it. Just on the edge of where the floor is broken up. That's the orb that Mr. Tennate saw. It's true that the witness wears some very odd goggles, but that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of the little smudge looks like an R to you? What doesn't it look like an R? What Mr. Tennate saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a thoroughly complete R written there. Before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Oh, but that explains it. Huh? Can you explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order. Yep, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. Now then. Oh, yeah. I see it. Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? It had to be before the explosion. With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion. But that's ridiculous. If that were true, it overturns your own premise. That's right, it does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. Dun 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 dun. Order! Order in the court! What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion? Dead chap. Oh my goodness. Another person. Just another person. Oh my goodness. Anyways. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it could be made to look like she was a victim of the blast. What? It sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Army before the trial? Let's see. According to the police reports... here it is. One person saw the victim before the trial. And that person was... Dead Tony. Wait, what? No one besides Mr. Tennate saw the victim? That appears to be the case, Your Honor. He has nothing to say. I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically Mr. Tennate's words from yesterday. It was when Detective Army and I were transporting the bomb. Oh my. Mr. Tennate, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you together at the scene of the crime. I'm gonna go ahead and put this. Oop. There you go. Anyways, sorry about that. I was doing a thing. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. No, I want to be Hey, Your Honor, the defense requests new testimony from Mr. Tennate. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial. Mr. Tennate, your testimony, please. My testimony? There is no need for He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head. Because all I did was transport the bomb to the courtroom. I already told you, just to think. So it's only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swore I was only transporting the bomb there. You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not? Tusk. Do you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright? What now, Mr. Payne? Yes, Mr. Tennate may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Army, but an important piece of your assertion is missing. What important piece? The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim? Mr. Payne has a point. Even if Mr. Tennate had the chance, without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime. Well, Mr. Tennate? Oh, yes, that's right. I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Army. Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon? What is it, Athena? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report, I was hoping there was something in here that can point us in the right direction. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a blunt object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right? A heavy blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon. Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Aire? I believe I can. Believe being the key word here. Did you can? Then please do so now. What did Mr. Tennate have that could have been used as a murder weapon? Mr. Tennate, you said you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing. What? What the devil are you talking about? You had this. Well, that's the bomb. I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast. The bomb blast, no, but I believe Cadence Army was killed with this bomb. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head. Please recall the description of Detective Army's head wound. Blunt trauma to the back of the head caused by impact with a flat object. We assume this injury was sustained when she hit her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side on this bomb would produce the exact same wound pattern. What with him? Then show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb? He's right. I don't have anything decisive. Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof. But too bad, the bomb was blown to bits. It's long gone. Boom! Tim over. Yeah. It looks like she has an explosive personality. Yes, it's very detonating, isn't it? Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo? Oh, yes there is. I didn't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is a little broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Army's head. That's definitely a distinct possibility. But unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count. I guess you're right. By setting off the bomb, Tennate managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking for things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Tennate murdered Detective Army before the trial started, then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off, which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. Time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tennate had to hide. Okay, it's either the blood or the body. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's the body first. Your Honor, there's something we've all been overlooking. If the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tennate would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. Hey, you're right. And if we can figure out what that hiding place was, exactly, we might be able to find some evidence we can And that was. So where can Mr. Tennate have hidden the body during the trial?
Take that!
Wait, a box big enough for a body. A box that was in the courtroom this whole time. A box nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tennate, what is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again? You heard me. Now, show me what's inside the bomb transport case. What? Why? No! There's no need! I've got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then, you placed her body in the rooms of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly, you were trying to make it look like she would died in the explosion. Where was the body hidden during the trial? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. The answer is right here. Inside a box made of thick alloy plating that can withstand any impact. No, that's completely false. If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So, let's open it up and take a look inside, shall we? Well, show us. Why is he so calm? What's not? Not if you value your life. Wait, what? Then what's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. What? Huh? I repeat, this H-3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off. Mr. Tennate, are you threatening me? I am the only one who can disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. Mr. Tennate, didn't you say that's just a training model, a fake to practice on? I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the HH-3000. The HH-3000 was used to blow up the courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real HH-3000 that blew up the courtroom number 4? Huh? The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one. One that I made. What? Then are we to take that as a confession on your part? Take it any way you like. Just before the trial, I took the HH-3000 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb into it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed courtroom number 4. But Mr. Tennate, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that? The HH-3000, it is so unique. I had never seen anything like it. It is so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. So, I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside the stuffed animal during trial? Did anyone check to see if it really was the HH-3000 in there? I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check. So there really is a possibility that bomb was switched out? No, not a possibility, a certainty. I did it. So he had a real bomb with him this whole time? You had better to get out of here while you can. You do not have much time. Ah! Everybody panic! Order! Order in the courts! I'm out of here! It's gonna blow! Run! More bombs! Oh my god, everybody's gone. You four are still here? Well, aren't you, Brian? It's just what I didn't do for the judge presiding over this court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day. The judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. As for Mr. Payne, that is... and he's Mr. Wright, what do we do? Oh, it'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? But the bomb might really go off. Only 3 more minutes, folks. Oh. And isn't it interesting? Is that bomb really the HH-3000? What should I do? Stand my ground. He just contradicted himself. I can't run now. Well, it's been fun, but I will be going now. With my dear HH3000, naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise against having me followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered manually. If I think I'm being followed, I will detonate on the spot. Farewell.
Hold it!
Nope, he just admitted it's fake. You're not going anywhere, Tentomate. Oh? Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake. Are you sure, Mr. Wright? Hey, how are you famous bluffing? Even at the risk of your own life? No, Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now. Not at a time like this. Lives are on the line here. I'm not bluffing, and I have proofs. You do? Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in the photograph of the bomb, clear as day. Proof that Mr. Tenate's bomb is not the real HH3000. Really? Out with it then, immediately. Where's the proof that what Mr. Tenate is holding is not the real HH3000? The display. The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely it broke when Mr. Tenate used the bomb to attack the Detective Army. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken. Huh? You're right. Therefore, this is not the real HH3000. Mr. Tenate was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb in the stuffed animal. The real HH3000 blew up the courtroom number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Oh! Not only that, but he's been chewing on the wires this entire time. Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself. Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright. No! Stop! Blood. What is that? Is that a bloodstain? Just as I expected. Yummy wires. They must be licorice wires. It would actually be a tasty bomb. Your lies have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tenate. I'm confident that DNA analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Army's blood, and that those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Army. Oh my goodness, I butchered that the entire sentence so badly. How about it, Mr. Tenate? Think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Dismantle it? You're too late. You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time. This HH3000 is about to explode. Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tenate. I've already proved that your bomb is a fake. It's real. This bomb is the real thing, I tell you. It's real. That bomber party of one. There's no time left. It's going to blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. Dismantle. I'm not gonna make it. Only one thing left to do. Stop. No, that's... Oh my goodness, he had the small beady eyes. Game over. Dismantle attempt failed. Oh my goodness. It's all over. My life's been blown to bits. It's all that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bonds I disarmed on the black market. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all our fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have time to clean it up. Now, all this. I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion. Then that stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose into my business. After my testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4, and I found my kid all up in my bond transport case. That's when I snuck up behind him, and bam! And when the idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could put it all on her. Why? Oh, why? Ted Tonnate, you're hereby under arrest on suspicion of courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice. Your innocence will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see that members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Be that as it may, and will now announce Miss Juniper Wood's verdict. Oh my goodness. I don't know too hard on that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love the whole breakdowns and all the Phoenix Wright series. They're all fantastic. Court is adjourned. Bye-bye. You did it, boss. Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off somehow. So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing. It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it? That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. Bravo, bravo, yay! Confetti, cheers, and liquor all around. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailed it out of here, that was great. Mr. Wright, Dina, thank you for everything you did for me. I'm so happy for you, Ginny. Now you can go back home to the forest in peace. What is she, a fairy? I hope the both of you will come and visit me there sometime. That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation. I don't know, Miss Wright. I'm not so sure you can make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high up do you live again, Junie? Around 3,000 feet, I think. What? 3,000 feet? I would not be able to make it out there. That's no forest, that's a mountain. But you know, boss. Hello, Darklings. How are you doing? You having a good day? There's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving. Oh, that? Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Is this unsolved mystery you're thinking of? Call it the tail. Oh, the remote? It has to be the remote because we never got around to figuring out who has the remote. Dude, that or the tail. The remote switch, right? Yeah, I wonder where it disappeared to. They and Mr. Tonnate just got rid of it somewhere. I'm at work today, so I'm okay. Oh, okay. Glad you were able to stop by. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, it is a pretty big thing to leave unsolved, though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict. I guess you're right. Hey, I know. Junie, shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone. Okay. Huh? Her grandmother? No, silly, to Apollo. Oh, right. Well, why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him? Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind. Okay. She's so calm all of a sudden. Ha! And so the courtroom bombing case came to a close. But the next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office, that's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athena Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. At least, that's what I believed. But all of that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. The Wright Anything Agency.
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why?
I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Look at that, Trucy. She looks so cute. She didn't have a voice actor? That's a little disappointing, honestly.
Why are you shutting us out?
And that was the first trial. What happened to you, Paula? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. I know it's the clothes that makes people change. And now, for whatever reason, all of my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. We had tackled our first case together. She and I, past this past spring, and as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature. Mythical creature? The end. For completion of episode 1 Dual Destinies from its opener. Yay! Alright, next chapter, the monstrous turnabouts. Oh? Huh, look, it's Glex! Okay. Oh my god, look, it's PT! Are they gonna kiss? Oh my goodness! PT defeated Glex! Oh no!
Long ago, the nine-tailed
Someone
fox
put Glex in his
defeated
room.
and sealed the fallen woman away.
This is lower
It is
accurate.
said that he slumbers even still within the forbidden chamber.
That's lower accurate. Glex used to touch grass daily, and now he's just locked in his room.
Night, Alderman. Sweet dreams.
Huh?
At long last, the revival of Tenmataro is at hand.
Oh my goodness, someone let Glex out of his room. How could he do that? You can't let Glex out of his room. A few months prior to the courthouse bombing. Guess I'm a little early. Oh, hey, Apollo. Getting an early start today? Yeah, this is the first time I've had in a while, after all. Well, aren't we all fired up? No, not every day I get a call from Mr. Wright. What kind of work is it anyway? Mr. Wright didn't mention any details. Work? How he put it? Don't tell me he just wants me to clean the toilet again. You've really become a fixture around here, Apollo. Come to think of it, it's been almost a year since I was hired. Oh, it's only been a year. Okay. let's see. A lot has happened since then, but I've settled in nicely despite a few bumps in the road. My name is Paula Justice, and I'm practicing law for about a year, but I still have a lot to learn. This is the Wright Anything Agency, and it's where I work. Don't let the name fool you. It's definitely a law agency. But don't forget that this place is a talent agency too, Polly. It's the law agency part of this office that's usually forgotten. This is Tracy Wright, a budding magician, an adopted daughter of the agency's owner, Phoenix Wright. She sometimes helps me, makes me help her with her magic tricks. And what's wrong with that? You're one of the agency's talents as well. I was under the impression that I was a lawyer. Oh, we'd better hurry. Doesn't look like Daddy's going to make it, so let's get going. Huh? Where are we going? What about the job he mentioned? This is the job, Polly. You're supposed to keep me company today. Now, come on. Another day of not being a lawyer. So seen this coming. Well, this is the Wright Anything Agency, you know. And there is no law-related work at the moment, so... Tell me again why I chose to work here. Wait, does he even get paid? What is Mr. Wright anyway? Daddy said something about going to meet an acquaintance. But don't worry, just focus on your job, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know. Well, let's go. We don't have all day. Wait a second. And another day of anything goes begins at the Wright Anything Agency. Nine Tails Bell? Give me a second. Oops. Sorry about that. Got pulled away. Give me a second. I'll also see him. Another bot. And I'm doing so many bot banning today. Oh my goodness. Hey. There you go. Now where were we? Oh. So we are Nine Tails Vale. Dating Manor, Cattail Noodles. Ew, that sounds disgusting. Here, so what are we doing way up here in the mountains? This is Nine Tails Vale. Everyone's been talking about the yokai craze here. Yokai? Oh, you mean Japanese monsters? Guess that explains all these weird things. Speaking of which, wasn't Nine Tails Vale founded by Japanese immigrants? Yeah, they're holding a festival to boost tourism over at the Olden's Manor. My friend who works there invited us. That's why we're here. In other words, I'm your chaperone because her dad was too busy. Daddy said that's... Now, with those horns of yours, you'd bake a grand addition to the festival. Oh my goodness, that's so mean. I mean, you look just like a Japanese demon. Wasn't that so thoughtful of him, Polly? I could do with a thoughtfulness like that. Oh, it's almost time. Come on, Polly. The festival grounds are this way. Alright, guess it's time to move to QB Manor Garden. What's with the monster craze? This monster craze, come to think of it, I think I heard about it on TV. It's supposedly how Nine Tails Vale made a comeback from the brink of fiscal disaster. Our agency could sure use something positive like that. Oh, I know. Let's jump on board the monster craze. You and Daddy would be perfect comedy duo. You could call yourselves Angie and Rudra, what the heck? Demon Kings of Comedy. I don't think I understood that. Daddy sets them up and you knock them down. Hey, I think we hit the jackpot with this idea. Sorry, but I plan on staying a lawyer. You do? You don't have to act so surprised. Hey, Trissy, have you seen my attorney's badge? How could you lose something so important? Sometimes I really wonder about you, Apollo. This is so weird. I wonder if I dropped it somewhere. Oh, look! What are these panties doing here? Forget about panties. I'm looking for my badge. Boop! 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Did you forget? These are my magic panties. Oh my goodness, she stole them. Hey, that's my attorney's badge. Wow, how'd you do that? I set it all up while we were back at the office. Wow, I didn't even... Wait, you took my badge? Oh my goodness, she'd be an amazing pickpocket. Yeah, let's see. QB Manor. Wow, this place is really something. It definitely feels like a different world here. Jesse. Oh, who's this? Jinxie. And Mrs. My friend, Jinxie Tenma. She's the one who invited us. She just happens to be the maid here. 2 horns, a love of red. Are you a demon? No. An apologist. Nice to meet you. He is a demon. What the? Be gone. Foul beast. You look great, Polly. Filled in some of that space on your forehead. What is the meaning of this thing? I love how they added the little function where, like the little tag moves every time he speaks. It's a wording term. Jinxie puts them on all the monsters he finds. But I'm not a monster. Maybe I should have told her you're a good demon. Or you could just say I'm a human. The red demon, emissary of the underworld. I got up early to do my hair for this. Can I take this off now? So you can eat me? I'm not going to eat you. Eat! Forgive me, oh terrible one. Tone down your cords of steel, Apollo. You're scaring her out of her wits. Don't worry. I'm already full. Please stay that way. Great. Now I'm playing along, too. And so I wanted to ask you about Naito's vow. Be gone, foul demon. I thought you've been demonized. Literally. But it's hard to wonder if I really am a demon myself. Ick! Please don't eat me. I have food if you're hungry. This isn't working. We won't get anything out of her until we set the record straight. If only we had some way to prove you're not as scary as you look. Ouch, unnecessary roughness. Looks like I have to present some proof. Proof that I'm 100% human. The only thing we have is this lawyer badge. I want to show you this. Eek! What is it? It's my attorney's badge, you see? I'm not a demon, I'm a lawyer. Really? You're a lawyer? Phew, maybe now she'll stop calling me a demon. Maybe she'll call you an even stronger demon. Does it protect you from Enmadayo's judgment? Who's Enmadayo? I read somewhere that he's the demon lord who judges the dead for their sins. Uh-oh, I think now she thinks you're a demon lawyer from hell, Polly. Can I go back to being just a normal demon? Please don't boil me in a scalding cauldron. I prefer the Turkish bath if possible. A Turkish bath? Isn't that more sauna than bath? Don't worry, Jinxie, he's a good demon. He'll save you if you ever go astray. Ugh, please, Mr. Demon's lawyer, sir. Have mercy on my soul. I told you I'm not a demon, and Trissy, you're just making things worse. You don't leave the Enmadayo to me. Isn't that great, Jinxie? Uh-huh. I'm no longer scared to cross into the afterlife. Will someone tell these two I'm human already? It's just like that. Boy, Polly, stop being rude and be a demon. So, Jinxie, I hear this village is the epicenter of the monster craze. Uh-huh. Barely anyone had ever heard of it before, but now it's packed with tourists. Really? So the monster craze is the reason behind today's festival. It was the alderman's idea, and I'd be careful if I were you. There are lots and lots of yokai prowling about Ninetosville. Prowling about? You mean like wild animals or something? Uh-huh, and they're hungry too. Mad-eating monsters, and they're all over the place? Uh-huh. In fact, there was one at the manor yesterday. I heard the doorbell ring, and when I opened the door, nobody was there. It was the ding-dong demon. How else could you explain it? Well, when I was a kid, my friends used to play this prank called Ding-Dong Boots. Well, that doesn't prove yokai aren't real. There's even one here at the manor. The demon Temataro. He's imprisoned in the Forbidden Chamber. It's Glax. He's trapped in the Forbidden Chamber. He's written... Temataro, the Forbidden Chamber? I bet that yokai you said was imprisoned here at the manor. Is it true? Uh-huh. He's a super evil demon named Temataro. That sounds about right. Here, take a look at the scroll. Temataro is the dark demon you see here. He's super evil and super scary. So that's the yokai imprisoned in the Forbidden Chamber. Yeah, that's exactly Glax right there. That looks just like him. Uh-huh. He was defeated by the village guardian yokai, the Nine-Tailed Fox, and locked away forever. Being sealed away by PT. So you're saying Temataro is still trapped inside the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. But he's just biding his time until he can escape. So we should be perfectly safe. Because there's a really powerful sealing charm on the door keeping it set tight. What a charming security system. Did you keep the scroll, then what? The older man gave me this. But just holding it gave me the chills, so... thanks, Jim, see? Maybe I'll get this semester right. The yokai legendary scroll. So, I was wondering, are those things on your forehead also burning terms, Jinxie? Yes, they're to prevent evil things from getting inside me. There's a joke I can make about this, but I'm not gonna go there. But Papa told me to wear them. Evil things? Apollo, don't you dare take those terms off your forehead. They have to stay there forever, get it? I wonder what would happen if I did take them off. Now you're curious, we have to take them off. It's time for me to get back to work. Thanks for reminding us, Jinxie. You're welcome. Oh, and before I forget, there's going to be a surprise event today. Even I don't know what to expect, but it's sure to be fun. Better not be a yokai parade. She'd probably drop dead for hate. Ow. Nick! Ah! The demon! And wait, it's just someone in a suit, right? Temataro! Temataro? The demon from the Forbidden Chamber? Eek! Please don't hurt me! Be gone! Be gone! Be gone! See? There, watch out, little girl, or I'll snatch you away. Oh, Chan, please die and go to heaven, charm. Oh, she put it on her forehead this time. She's forgetting so quick. Oh, why is everyone hiding their faces? Hey, you there, you mustn't stare at Temataro like that. Lower your eyes. You'll steal your soul if you're not careful. Huh? Steal my soul? Seriously? Your devilry stops here and now, Temataro. Oh, what? Quick, Apollo, there's somebody up on the roof. Look at that. What does he say? I can't hear him. You're too high up. booming laugh. That booming laugh, could it be? My 9 golden tails are proof of my unassailable righteousness. With my band of 100 minions, I vanquish evil from the land. I am the wrestler of righteousness. Yeah! The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Nine Tails, is here. Fear not, good little boys and girls, for I shall defeat Timotaro. Alright, TCP. The TCP champion? What the heck? Hooray! Hooray! It's the amazing Ninetales! Up to your no good tricks again, eh, Timotaro? Well, not on my watch. Oh my goodness, the poor soul. There's nothing to fear now, my child. I have banished Timotaro. You and your people can now live in peace. Thank you, Mr. Amazing Ninetales, sir. No, it must be off. Another match and another foe to vanquish awaits. Voila! What was that all about? Did that wrestler just chase off a yokai? Looks like he came out of the Alderman's manor. That was the amazing Ninetales. He's a pro wrestler from right here in Ninetales, but no one knows his true identity. Jinxie Surst seems chipper all of a sudden. What was all that about him banishing Tomotaro? That was a yokai exorcism. It's an annual ritual where Tomotaro is released to remind us of his wickedness. In the end, the Nine-Tailed Fox drives Tomotaro out and purifies our village. But the amazing Ninetales did the honors this year. So that was the big surprise, huh? The amazing Ninetales and Tomotaro, huh? Well, whatever floats our boat. Oh, would you look at the time? I'd better get back to work. Please excuse me. She's a strange one, all right. I think she's sweet in her own special way. Knowing Trissy, she probably has lots of friends who are sweet in their own way. Well, we still have some time to kill. Might as well see the rest of the Ninetales Bell while we're here. The fun never stops, does it? Rabble, rabble, rabble. I think I bought nearly every yokai souvenir that was for sale. I know, because my wallet's running on empty. How do they stay alive? That's my biggest question. What's with all the commotion over there? Huh? Hey, isn't that your friend Jinxie? I hope everything's okay. It's terrible. Huh? Tell us what happened. The demon Timotara. He had killed Alderman Kibi. Why, what? Wait, Childa's dead? Yes, and Timotaro did it. Timotaro? You stay here while I go have a look. Slay's right. Huh? Ah! It's Timotaro warding term. It should protect you, but please, be careful. The alderman's in the box chamber at the top of the main staircase. Okay, got it. Just lapses with the charm. Running! Up! Oh my goodness.
Are you all right?
Who are you?
So much blood.
Someone call an ambulance!
Nani, what just happened? The police arrived soon after that, at which point I returned to the festival grounds. Apparently the man impaled by the spear was already dead. But there was one other person there, and he was immediately rushed to the hospital. Thank goodness the other man's going to be fine. Sounds like he's only been unconscious. Do you think Jinxie's going to be okay? I'm sure she'll be back to her old self in no time. At least she's calm enough for the police to question her for now. And I'd sure love to know what crazy animal left those feathers in tracks. Oh, look, here comes Jinxie. Hi, Trissy. Hi, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Oh yeah, is getting any better? I was wondering if you're up to telling us in on what happened. Well, what did happen? Some craziness just happened. So the man who put the spear in his chest was already dead? Uh-huh. It was Alderman Kibi. When I found him, he was already... But anyway, so the victim was the village alderman. And the one who was found alive? Who was he? Damien Tenma. He's the mayor of the neighboring city, Tenma Town. They arrested him. So he's the killer? But Nuh-uh, Papa didn't kill anyone. Papa? As in, your father? That's right. Jinxie's dad is mayor at Tenma Town. No way! Yes way. But he's innocent. This just got way more complicated. The victim was the alderman of Ninetales Vale, and Jinxie's father, the mayor of Tenma Town, was arrested for the crime. Sounds like we have some investigating to do. I know this is difficult, Jinxie, but you need to hang in there. I know. I'll try my best. Would you mind telling me a little more about the victim? So the victim was the village alderman. Can you tell me about him? His name is Rex Kibi. They say his family has ties to Lord Ninetale Fox. He was really kind, and he always looked out for me. He was a former pro wrestler, and I even heard he's Shamir of Amazing Ninetales. A former pro wrestler, huh? Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. With your father being mayor and all, I guess you're originally from Tenma Town, huh? So then, why did you come work here? It was to overcome her fears, right? Uh-huh. Tess' mama was from Ninetales Vale, though she's no longer with us. She loved these flowers. I always wanted to live where Ninetales flowers grew. Wow, what a beautiful flower! And with exactly 9 petals, too. Look at that. It actually looks like Ninetales. Just looking at them gives me courage, even when I'm scared of yokai. That's a really beautiful flower. Jinxie, when you first told us what happened, you said the killer was a demon. Uh-huh. The warding charm on the Forbidden Chamber's door. It's been removed. The Forbidden Chamber's door? That big door that was barred shut? There wasn't a charm on it when I checked it out, so I guess it was removed by someone. That's how Tomataro escaped. Oh! But when I try and remember what happened, it all goes fuzzy. Jinxie, you should go get some rest. You've been through a lot today. Between the warding charm being removed and the black feathers and weird tracks, I could see how a superstitious person might think a demon was the killer. Apollo, maybe this is your chance. Chance for what? To do the right thing and defend Jinxie's dad in court. Who, me? Wouldn't a man like Mayor Tenmo have access to more experienced lawyers? You want to know what the detective said? They doubted there was a lawyer who could get a not guilty verdict in this one. Sounds like they're expecting an open and shut case. Don't worry, Jinxie. If anyone can prove your dad's innocence, it's Polly. What? You'll accept the case, won't you, Polly? Oh, it's all over, isn't it? I'll be all alone for the rest of my life. Oh, right. Jinxie's already lost her mind. Alright. Jinxie, leave your father's offense to me. Attaboy, Polly. You going to help Papa, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Yep, because that's what lawyers do. Plus, no toilet cleaning for a while. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure your father walks away a free man. Thank you, Mr. Demon Lawyer. I can tell you're one of the good ones. Red demons are usually so mean. Huh. Weird. No, fine. Whether or not, he comes justice. Guess I'll go and meet my new client. But before I forget, I better jot this down in my notebook. What the heck? That's weird. Oh, I just thought I should jot down some stuff about the case. And so, I don't misplace them on putting my notes in the courtroom record. I guess it's what you would call a to-do list. Oh, sounds handy. To read my notes, I just open the court record and with the right bumper, then I can switch between the tabs using left bumper and right bumper. So about Jinxie's father. No matter how scary he seems, promise me you will resist the urge to run away. What? Wait, what? His angry glare can paralyze you with fear, and some claim he can shoot laser beams from his eyes. Well, maybe Papa isn't really that scary. Paralyzing stare? Laser beams from his eyes? Sounds like some kind of monster. Huh. Interesting. Okay, thanks. Sorry, I was just typing something. Got distracted. Alright, let's see. Detention center. That must be one heck of a lock. Visiting hours. Perfect timing. Hope he's not as scary as he sounds. Whoa. He has a lot of boring charms on his head. Who are you? X. So you're Damien Tenma, right? I'm a Polo Justice, attorney at law. I'm here to help. Huh? Ah! Let me out of here. Sorry. I get a little loud sometimes. How incredibly loud! Sorry? Did I do something to offend you? A visitor would all others shun me like a common criminal, and here I am with nothing to offer. I am the epitome of rudeness. Wait, so he wasn't mad at me? Unworthy as I am, Damien Tenma shall breach these walls. So I may treat my benefactor to some tea, and maybe some cookies too. No, wait, we can do tea and cookies after we prove your innocence. How about you start by telling me what happened? Let's see. So tea and cookies can wait, can they? Yes, that was close. You don't need jailbreak added to the list of charges. Seems like a good guy, but with a face like that, I can see why he's misunderstood. Let's see what your reason was. Mayor Tenma, do you mind if I ask why you were arrested? Darn! Whoa! Sorry, I guess some things are better left unsaid. Excuse me? To think a public paragon such as I could be treated like this arrest should have never happened. Go on. I fear the ill effects it will have on our youth, but now I've but one choice. I must leave here at once, if only to protect the moral fiber of our youth. No, wait. You can protect the moral fiber of our youth after you've been declared not guilty. I suppose you're right. Yeah, our youth just came this close to quite a scare. My fingerprints were on the spear that killed Alderman Kibi. That's why I was arrested. Your prints were on the murder weapon? That's never good. Any idea how they got there? Nope. For I hardly remember a thing, you see.